Live?
You guys have to do a golf clap. You guys are doing
this.
regular claps.
We're clapping because it's podcast, baby, and I'm here with my two best friends, Aaron and Andrea. Yeah!
Wow.
I'm going to keep saying that until I die, until you both acknowledge it.
Yep. Back in the studio, back in beautiful Atlanta, Georgia. Where the hell is your Braves hat?
I didn't know, but also Go Braves heard they had a big, big win. Not heard, saw it. Watched with my eyes.
But
Watched the whole thing. That was crazy. That one inning. And then he caught the ball, and then he threw it, and then he got him out at first.
Whoa, okay.
There's like a big thing.
I couldn't tell if you were messing around, but you got it.
I did see that clip, and I was like, whoa, that is intense.
That's the craziest hitting I've ever seen.
Yeah.
This is also coming out in 2 weeks.
yeah, so by this time, the Braves will be entrenched in the NLCS.
That's right. Manifest.
NLCS.
What's that stand for?
That sounds
Hannah?
the National League in Crisis.
Yeah.
The CS is both?
Wait, CS. I heard IS.
Crisis?
I'm just
NCIS.
NCIS.
The National
It's
League,
NCIS.
IS.
It's the baseball league, but everyone walks down to the pitcher's mound and they take their glasses off and they all make a one-liner, like that guy in NCIS.
Oh, yeah. Very cool.
Did you watch a lot of NCIS in any season of your life?
No, but I used to do this improv game where you'd walk up and you'd have to like whip off your glasses and make a one-liner about an object.
About an object?
Yeah, so like right now, if
Hold on. It's Stroopwafel. It's a soft toasted waffle filled with caramel, cinnamon, and real bourbon vanilla.
oh, so you'd like walk up and be like, looks like he got stuffed.
Nice.
Pretty
Okay.
good. You didn't laugh
Yeah.
once. I don't think
Pretty
it was
good.
that was
It
gonna
wasn't
be-
funny, but I'm glad you did it.
Yeah, it was an answer to the question.
Yeah.
Okay, why don't you try?
Yeah, we
Well,
get
I
the
will
format.
say,
Why don't you try? Your turn,
Oh,
Strudel.
you pick a thing, though.
Okay, plant. It's plant.
Wow. I'm not green with envy of that guy.
Yeah, that's
You're kidding me?
Is it
You're
green?
kidding?
It's a
That
pretty,
didn't
it's
really
a pretty
connect.
hard
That
game,
didn't-
is what I'm learning. I do have a lot of respect for these improv games.
Whoa, you're not getting out of that. You
Yeah,
got
no,
one.
no, your
Why
turn.
do I did not even.
Lay
I
on.
never-
Microphone.
I didn't say, hey,
Oh,
anybody
microphone.
can do
Microphone.
that. Anybody? Nice to meet you, Mr. Raphone. Pretty hilarious.
I don't get the what, micro.
It's very good.
Mike Raphone.
Oh,
That was just off the dome.
that was pretty good. Actually.
let's move on to what you were going to say.
Dude, I could do improv.
Yeah, pretty good.
As long as it's like microphone pun based stuff, I think I could do it.
Yeah.
I have a lot of new respect for improv games because when we were in Myrtle Beach, I asked Hannah and Jonathan, I said, don't y'all do like fun like warm up games to like get in creative mode before improv shows? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, what is one of them? And they started doing one in front of me. And I never felt less funny in my life because of how good they were at it.
That's so nice of you to say.
What was the game? Were you speaking? Someone's trying to follow the other person talking? That game?
No, I taught him this game where it's like you just pick like a room and you try and describe stuff in that room, and it doesn't have to make sense. Like we're like it's a beehive, and then I was like on this beehive is a picture of Jerry Seinfeld, and it's like
No, you said Ray Romano.
I did say, but I was changing it now. Thanks a lot.
the
Gonna
B
put me
movie
on
was
blast.
Ray Romano.
I
Dude,
thought-
everybody knows that famous B movie that everybody loves was
I thought it was Ray
Jerry
Romano, and I kept saying like.
So you're just talking about this room? I just don't get it.
you just
So-
describe things and it's funny and you bounce off of each other and you yes and kind
Oh.
of.
So,
and Jonathan
like-
So
and Hannah
now
were
I
going
love that
back
room
and
because
forth.
then there's the thing over there and you just keep
Yeah,
going.
you would be like, oh, there's like honeycomb up in the corner, and then Andrew might be like, oh, and over here there's like a small hole, and it's where people are sneaking out at night. The little teenager bees are sneaking out of this hole.
Got it. Okay,
You're
that's
building a
fun.
world.
You're building a world.
Got it,
Thank
got
you.
it.
Jonathan and
World.
Hannah are so quick, and they'd look at me like, "You got one?" I'd be like, "Nope." But then I went and took a shower and thought of like 100.
Yeah, that's always the worst feeling.
Yeah, I think of it in the shower, not when it counts.
Right.
It's more my vibe.
Building rooms in the shower.
Yeah.
Speaking of your shower, how's your house situation?
Oh yeah, got some people fixing my deck right now. And do you guys ever, when you have workers at your house, you're like, you want to be so nice to them, but also you're like, I don't know these people. Should I leave
Yeah.
my stuff out?
Oh. You're hiding your stuff.
Well, not hiding my stuff, but like they're working on my
Do you
back
want to
deck.
describe these people or?
They're
Yeah,
just
in detail.
I mean, they're just regular people. You know,
Cool.
They're men. They're all men. Is all I will say. And it's just me home alone all day. They're on my back deck, and I left the door unlocked in case they need to go to the bathroom
Yeah.
to my house. But I'm down in the basement working, and I could check on them every once in a while. And then I had to
'Cause you
come to
don't trust
this.
them.
They're still working, but I had to come to this, and I was like, should I go lock the door? They're like right by the door. Like they would
yeah.
see me lock the door. And then I was like, no, that feels too weird. I could like think of a question to ask and like open the door, and then like as I close it, be like close and lock in one motion.
So
because
they
then
can't
they can't
hear
hear it. But then if they try the door, they're gonna be like, he locked the door.
For sure. And if you're a little off, it's like
Yeah.
coughing with a fart. It takes precision.
Exactly. It needs to be one swift motion. I do practice because I worry about stuff like this. But I decided to leave it unlocked. But now I'm just like, I don't have like one of these guys. I just know the guy's first name. I don't know for them. They're just in my house. But I did. I have a little security camera thing that's like a Ring doorbell, but just a little camera. And I did set it up.
So you're watching them?
I could watch them right now.
Let's see what they're doing.
Okay.
I hope that they're all practicing coughing while farting.
But then I was just...
They're just on your deck being like,
on my
dude, I've
couch.
got a really good way of doing it.
It takes a lot of practice.
It takes a lot.
Yeah.
And these men have
Have
been
you
nothing
practiced?
but super nice and great. But I'm just like,
I get it.
Should
I
I,
get
leave
it.
my door unlocked?
Yeah. That was a very good TikTok trend. If you haven't seen the farting while doing other stuff and people are off on purpose. So it's just kids in class who like drop books and like a second later just
All right. Right
Stupid.
now they're not in my house. You can see that's the back.
Is your TV
back
on the
door.
wall still?
This is great podcasting.
You have a ring? Someone's rich.
I just have it from like I was too scared
I
to put the
just
camera
trust.
too
This
close
is
to
the
them.
sketchiest setup that is obviously on the back of like a table so they can't see it.
Yeah, I
right?
put it so I don't want them to see the camera.
You got to like
true.
hiding in a teddy bear.
I'm trying to entrap these men.
It's if you would have said any other detail,
It's also a
everything
little
sounds
blurry.
bad. If you try to describe
trying to
anybody,
entrap these
you'll sound
men.
awful.
Okay.
These men, period.
No matter where they were from, I would have done the exact same thing.
Joke's
Yeah.
on all of you. It's actually a bunch of women because women can do deck work
If it was a
too.
bunch of women,
You piece of
I'd just be worried about my deck.
Oh, bleep that. I said,
Yeah,
but I did it in the defense of women, so I think it's warranted. Because everyone just assumes that women can't work on decks.
I love Hannah cussed, so my misogyny joke slipped through the cracks.
Yeah, I was helping you.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I'm just worried about that right now.
Cool.
Yeah, that's fair.
So you're not present.
No,
you're saying.
I would just be kind of distant the whole episode. That's cool.
Cool.
Heard.
Great.
Yeah.
Love it.
People don't work at my house because I rent.
Yeah, that's great. Your
I work on
landlord
my house,
deals
yeah.
with it. Yeah.
This is the first time we have done our podcast with a guest in the room who's not currently on this couch.
He's just lurking.
He's
back
just
there.
lurking. Feel very. Are you excited? Does this sound like something you want to do still? Yeah. Now you've seen a little bit of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, you think you can keep up?
We're going to make you do an improv game. We're going to give you an object. You're going to have to take off your fake sunglasses, object work, and then say a line.
Are you about to introduce him, or are you just gonna, we should just
sorry.
go back to us
Just go
talking
back
again?
to
All right,
your
anyway,
deck.
We'll
Yeah.
get to him in a minute.
Our first guest in studio.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pointer Brothers
yeah.
talked to in Myrtle Beach was his first time. Very funny creator.
Yes.
Also very present right now, so I have to say that.
Yeah, we think he's the best.
Totally.
Yeah. Interesting dude. A college football player. Found that out today.
A what?
He was a white running back.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's a white guy who was a running back, but
got it.
Yeah, it's a
And-
whole,
For
what school?
There's a special scholarship for that.
Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech, that's a pretty good school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
big time.
That's here.
Yeah.
My mom went there.
Goes by the name Front Porch Dad,
Hey.
but his actual name, if I get your hands ready,
Whoa.
Tyler Jari, everybody.
Hey.
Golf clap. You guys
we don't do
don't
golf
do the
clap. I'm
golf
sorry.
clap.
Welcome to the couch.
I think it's interesting you called him a white quarterback or running back because
Well, you don't have to say it for quarterback.
Christian McCafferty's a white running back. He's really good, right?
That's true.
McCaffrey, right?
All right, I don't know.
It was so barely off that I almost didn't want to say it because it looks bad if I say that.
And now you
The
did.
effort was there, though. That's what we
Yeah, it was very close.
Yeah.
Women play fantasy football too.
It's good to be here. Great to be here in studio.
Thanks for hanging. I said a white running back because that is how Tyler said it today. I was like, "You got a safety body," and he's like, "Ah,
You know, it could be either one. You
right."
know?
You were planning on it, and they're like, "No, you got to be a white running back."
They're like,
Good luck.
sorry, sir, you know, based off of a need. Well, not really need, to be honest. We don't need you at any position here, sir. You're just kind of a filler. I'm like, oh, that's fair.
Safety
take
body
it.
sounds like a terrible
Safety
superhero.
body.
Yeah, I don't like you have a
I am safety body.
All right.
Yeah. Band-aids.
I'm like looking at myself. Aaron's like, yeah,
He does that.
hit one of the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get on the field a good bit for the old Jackets?
No, not really. You know, it's tough sledding out there. But
Were you triple option offense at the
we
time?
were triple option.
So they need a lot of running backs.
They do. They had a lot of people hurt at all times.
Yeah,
Let's just
that's
say
right.
that. So, you know, they need somebody in practice to go against future NFL players. That was me. You know, throw me in the
nice.
gauntlet.
Yeah, yeah.
But no, great times though. Such a good experience.
It's one of those triple option, but you were still like the eighth option.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
On the practice squad, were you having to like pretend to be Todd Gurley?
Yeah. Yeah, they'd be like, all right, you're Gurley. And they'd whip me out wide, like, you're AJ Green. I'm like, I
It's
don't
like,
know.
yeah, guys, I don't know if I'm going to be
know.
helping.
Just physically, I'm not sure if this really matches up,
Yeah,
but, you
yeah.
know, we
Totally.
do what we
Just
can.
just so we're clear, because I know, and I want to make sure the viewers and listeners
Yeah,
watch.
yeah, yeah.
Third option, third option. What's that?
A triple option?
Thanks. That's what I meant.
Well, I definitely can describe it in great detail because I have a great football mind. But it's a lot of it's a special type of offense. You can fill in any time, Tyler, if you want. If you,
fine.
okay, yeah,
I'll let you run with it. I'll just
do
kinda
it
jump
then.
in if-
I'll just do it then. It's a lot of like instead of like passing, it's a lot of like lateraling, and it's a lot of less throwing and more running, and it's more like you have options. As each play, that's true.
That
As
is
the play
true.
goes,
Yeah, yeah.
you start the play, and there's like the quarterback can make decisions within the play. So he's 3 decisions for each play.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
3 for each
typically
play.
three
so based on how
options.
the defense sets up, he's got options.
So
3
he's
of them.
got 3 potential options for his running back, or all the girly pops on the field.
Tyler, you want to take this one? I know, but
It's quarterback run, quarterback pass, running back run. Like pitch it or hand it off to the running back.
nice.
Typically 3 running backs. So 3 running options.
Whoa.
And then, you know, if you get
The
crazy
quarterback can do
enough.
anything.
Yeah. If you get crazy enough, you know, could throw it to maybe a wide receiver.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
it's rare. It's rare.
Nuts.
I just remember those
But-
teams. You guys would run it so much that the other team would only get to have the ball like 5 times the whole game, which would drive them crazy. Which
Yeah, they would get super pissed.
I love that.
We just like, yeah, we had a 10-minute drive, but nothing happened.
Yeah, no, you have to
we like punted at the
10-minute
end.
punt. Yeah, it's just a whole quarter.
Okay, well,
Nothing happened.
It's just like, hey, we might lose, but we're not going to let them score 5 touchdowns.
it was a really gritty 10-7.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah,
No, those were some fun teams to watch, but I think all the my granddad is like a huge Georgia Tech fan, lifelong,
Really?
to where like until they just fired the coach last year, he was like suspended his season tickets. He was like that passionate. He was like, I'm not doing season tickets till they fire the coach, and then they fired the coach, not just because of him, but he was relieved that the
you're
triple
really-
option went away.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we should talk more about that.
We should, yeah, for sure. Triple option. This is the first time we met. We just played golf,
We did.
which is wonderful. You guys probably found it out immediately as soon as Tyler walked in the door. You were so similar to your character.
Oh yeah.
Kind of
Like, I didn't know how much you were putting on for that character, and it's barely anything, which is great.
So, you know, yeah, I'd say like the mannerisms, the voice, all
The
that.
voice.
Yeah, I just walked in on you in the bathroom.
Yeah. Mhm.
and you just go, yeah, I should have locked it.
Yeah, I should have walked it. You know, that's
exactly how you.
well, you know, that's the thing. I'll find myself doing that, and I'll just be
Yeah.
like, damn it, what am I like snap out of
Right,
it.
I would have been like, oh,
I'll get on like
Someone's in here.
get on like an actual like a Zoom meeting with a company, and I'm like, oh yes, you know, try to be like professional.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't do this. You know, just kind of go back into it, but
Yeah, slowly the character is taking over.
it is. That's you know when you
As it should.
It's like the Dark Spider-Man,
But,
that one that wasn't very good.
Spawn.
oh,
That
the one
thing?
with
Or is
Tobey
that
Maguire
different?
where he
I
does
don't
the
know.
dance.
Yeah,
When he does the
what-
dance.
yes.
That's the best part of that movie. He does
Yeah.
that little dance.
That's like, yeah,
That's the only part I remember.
same type of situation.
And the part that MJ's like, "Why don't you love me?" And he's like, "Get out of my way, I gotta dance."
yeah.
That's exactly what happens in the movie. That's the whole plot.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, and then there's a bad guy, and he's like, "Stop! I just want to dance."
And I've got
Is it
emo hair.
Footloose? That's like the plot of Footloose.
it's like Footloose.
It is. Spider-Man 3 with Tobey Maguire is just Footloose but darker,
Yeah.
and no one can keep
Well,
up.
I think we have our clip for this episode.
Yeah, that was really good. Okay, so college football. How'd you get into golf, and not just golf content? But when were you
Yeah.
like, I don't think the running back thing's for me. I'm gonna be stupid online for a
You
living.
know, well, after college, so college standard, whatever, graduated and was in sales, was in a pretty corporate grind sales situation for about 5 years.
Selling what? What were we selling? Was it
so-
cigarettes?
No, we'll touch on that later.
Okay.
oh, you fellow smoker?
My
Gets
my older
Aaron's
brother
slow.
actually works for the same company that
Really?
your former company. Yeah.
Professional enablers.
Have you been telling all my secrets?
a little bit.
A little bit.
Whoa, dude.
Some inside scanning.
That was
Oh my
between
gosh.
us and our listeners.
And our hundreds of millions of
I was
listeners.
like, Hannah's got a big
Sorry,
body
everybody.
count, but not in the fun way.
Not in the fun way.
It's way less chill. Body.
Dude, cigarettes is the fun one, dude.
So funny and stupid. I want to steal that. I have a big body count, but not in the fun way.
It sounds
Sorry,
like a
keep-
fun,
No,
little,
you're
fun
good.
little intro you could say at like the beginning. When hi, I'm Hannah, and I have a big body count, but not in the fun way.
And I can't wait for them to be like, what
could
does that mean?
So many things.
Yeah, a lot of
I
bad.
don't even know what the fun way is.
We know.
But yeah, I was just in the corporates, the sales grind. We sold software for a company
Nice.
Vonage.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
We did business software sales. Some of the most stressful years of my life, I would
Yeah.
say. But good though. And then I sold hazardous waste disposal services to companies. Very specific market, but
Yeah.
there is a market out there, a big
Hazardous waste?
Like porta potty drainage
Like
systems.
glass
waste
and
we
needles?
talking?
So more like chemicals, like manufacturing companies or facilities,
Oh.
chemicals,
Like DuPont,
oils,
all that stuff.
It's
Don't
not
put this in the river and kill the
Yeah.
whole family in
Correct.
Michigan.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
please don't dump
Oh,
this in the
got it.
Chattahoochee.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
It's
We
not
got
like when
enough.
girls leave their boys on the corner and they're like, pick this up. Bleep it.
And it's just like saying it, knowing she can't say it.
Get it?
how many-
Hazardous waste?
How many animals species do you think you personally are responsible for going extinct?
At least three to five, I
Yeah.
would say. So it feels good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you
Well, there's
feel
too
good
many
about the
types of
job.
animals, if you ask me. Like,
That's
how are we
true.
supposed to learn all the animals if there's that many?
For sure. If we mix y'all
Maybe a few
to
fish species, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. If we mix y'all
preserving
to
the
old
rainbow
jobs,
trout
we have one
community.
like decent
Corporate
person.
monster.
One decent person.
Feels like a
One
hate
decent
crime.
person?
You
Sure.
saving
Rainbow
animals, you're
trout.
killing humans. It's just like one decent person between you.
I was saying that we become one beautiful corporate monster if you mix us both.
That's true.
The killing.
Huh.
Why would we be good if we're double killing?
Well, I thought you're he's good.
Oh, he's good
Yeah,
guy.
we're trying to responsibly dispose of such
Yeah, yeah,
waste.
Yeah, but also
Prevent
at
them from
Marlboro, we're
dumping.
responsibly making sure the consumer is smoking the product that's going to be sold regardless. So, anyway, stock up.
So I was going to come back to this.
So then I became a content creator.
yeah. Natural bridge there.
Yes.
Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for watching and or listening to the St. Andre podcast. This episode is brought to you by 4 Wellness. 4 Wellness makes delicious, good-for-you products, my favorite of which right now is the Recovery Gummies. I'm not kidding when I say I pop these bad boys all the time. I get so excited, I just swallow them like a pill. I'm just kidding. I eat them like a normal boy. There's a ton of good stuff in these guys. There's electrolytes to aid hydration. You got glucose for rapid energy. All natural, vegan, preservative-free, gluten-free, non-GMO. Only the good stuff in here, all right? If you want to try out some recovery gummies, get that recovery boost after a workout, go to 4wellness.com, use our code Andre, ANDRE, for 25% off your entire order. Thanks.
But no, I was in that hazardous waste job.
Yep.
And was just sitting on the front porch of my house that I was renting in Atlanta.
Oh!
And so, yes.
It's like when they say
I see where this-
Inception in
Said
the
the
movie,
name.
and you're
Said
like,
it.
oh, they said it. They said
He
it.
said
Said it.
I think I see where this is headed.
Solid dad out there. His son was helping him lay mulch. So I'm just sitting there with the morning coffee, just kind of sitting out there, and I hear this dad yelling at his kid. And but like I thought it was hilarious because I'm thinking my dad used to do like the same kind of stuff, just rip us apart for mulch for various things. So
Spreading it too thick, son.
yeah, so he's like,
episode.
you missed a fucking spot, and I get pissed off. And then I'd storm off and whatever. So that exact situation happened, and so I was like, I wonder what this guy's saying, because I couldn't really hear him, but I could know
Yeah.
I knew he was saying some funny stuff. So like, I wonder what he's saying to his kid. So I basically just filmed that as like a story 6 years ago, as me being the guy, as the dad across the street, and then some people were like, that was pretty funny. You should like see what else you can do out there. I was like, all right. So then I was like, there's just so much with the suburban, like,
Totally.
the whole like life, that whole upbringing.
Yeah.
So I was like, there's many more situations like the mulch thing.
For sure. What'd you call him today? Like the
Oh, the standard whites.
the standard ones. Yeah.
Standard.
What it is.
Yeah.
That's so funny. A lot of it is very relatable. I was like going through last couple, and there's so many things where I'm like, my dad has said that. I've said that. The golf cart, when you were like at a nice club, I felt that way when we were in Myrtle Beach. I was like, wow, these are really, you
like,
can see the
wow.
distance to the hole.
There's GPS on these
That's
cars?
crazy.
Oh, I'm
That's
not
nice
used to this. This
weather.
is nice stuff,
Yeah.
Those are really cushy seats now. So that's kind of his name, Front Porch Dad.
Yeah.
I would just comment on what my neighbors and things people were doing in my neighborhood on the front porch. Doesn't make as much sense because I don't have the front porch thing, but the name stuck, so I just, not going to change it at this point.
Yeah.
So
Did your neighbors ever come up to you and they're like, "Hey, I'm starting to notice that your content is a little reflective of my relationship"?
This is really strange. It happened in my current house.
Oh, wow.
But they're like funny about it because so it's
Hey man, can you quit pointing your telescopes into our kitchen?
they're like we're trying to have a private life here, and I'm like featuring their homes, and I'm
Yeah,
like
exactly.
yelling next to their homes, like talking about their landscaping. They're like, I thought it was a good rose bush, But
I don't sound like that.
yeah, I don't sound like that. I'm like, well,
I don't know.
So yeah, that's pretty much how it started. Then you just kind of keep going with that. Didn't really know where I was going to go.
Yeah.
Still working the sales job, and then as of like 3 or 4 years ago, just went full time into creating content. Becoming an influencer, as they say.
The I word.
The I word.
The I
Just
word.
irks us. But yeah, so that's kind of how the journey started. Quit the sales job. My boss was like, "Okay, you're doing what now?" I was like, I'm just gonna.
I kind of need to answer to you, Todd.
You're doing
I don't care,
Instagram
Dave.
instead of this.
Yeah.
It's like, okay,
What's so fun here?
we're saving rivers, and you're gonna. I'm like, oh, it's fine, So,
And you never look back. Do you think you'll ever
Never
go
look back.
Yeah, good.
I don't know if I'll go back.
Don't.
At this point,
Are you
knows?
an actual dad in any capacity?
I'm not.
Oh, big fraud.
I don't have any kids,
No kids.
so it's all smoke and mirrors.
You want some?
Yeah.
Not right now.
I mean, like, the eventually. I'm
Like,
not.
are you?
I have
Do
nothing
you have
to
some to
I have
give?
nothing to
you have extras that
Can
you
you
Yeah,
really
some lying
help? Like,
around.
I'm
Yeah,
concerned.
because it is such a dad vibe, and I was very curious. I was like, I wonder if he's actually a dad because this is so dad vibe.
You got to have a kid in a year or two. That's so much more content.
Well,
That's why people
the
have kids
thing.
now.
If you have
I'm
a
like,
kid,
I need to like find a girl named Sharon specifically.
It has to be Sharon. If you're listening,
Yeah, Sharon. If there's any Sharons out there,
What if Sharon's under
and then
50?
have a kid whose
Willing to
name
change
is
their
Timmy, and all these other,
you call him
create
Timothy
this
when you're
actual
mad.
life.
Yes.
Yeah, Timothy.
Get in here.
since this is your full time job, if you did have a kid, could everything for that whole kid's life be a tax write off?
Whoa.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
your dad, too.
we would then be hitting up Pampers instead of some of the other companies I currently work with,
Yeah.
and the outreach would be a little different.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I've thought about that.
Yeah.
Thought
I think
about
that.
that.
You could probably get a pretty creative accountant to help you out.
Yeah, you could also still keep some of them, like if you had like a whiskey brand, because they used
So you
to.
meant the kids.
Yeah, I was like,
You know,
we have to.
You would have to
You
give
don't
them
have to
back
keep
to
all of them,
God.
obviously,
After
but like
years.
for the taxes, like
Baby, my mom said that when she was a kid, her mom used to like dip a cloth in whiskey and they'd like have the kid gnaw on it.
yeah, and they just like calmed them down.
Yeah, calm them down.
All right, so the cigarettes thing's making more sense.
Yeah, this
Your
is
mom
all-
just
That
feeding
wasn't
kids
me.
whiskey.
Yeah, I've heard that before. Give them a little nip
Yeah.
of whiskey.
What's the family business? Just like killing young people, however we can.
I just kind of like get them out of here,
Yeah, whatever it takes to quiet them down.
Yeah, just shush a little.
Give them a little puff of a cigarette.
Was that not a thing that they did back
start
in like the
coughing,
early
quit
days?
crying.
A little whiskey for kids, calm them down. Am I?
Yeah,
Should
no,
I cut
I
this
think-
from the podcast?
Well,
Are people
Grandpa's
gonna be
coughs
worried
are
about
up.
Dude,
it?
what if we got a child whiskey sponsor for the podcast?
That'd be good.
Yeah, it just comes in like tiny little droplets.
That would
Yeah.
rule.
Evan Williams.
They're
Little-
coming for me.
Chuck-
For all the
Little
children.
Evan.
Babies.
Yeah, they've
Little
heard
Evan.
all the
Little
things
Jack.
you've been
Look at
saying.
little
Yeah,
Jack.
exactly.
Little Evan, little Jackie.
When you was it easy to quit your day job? Were you
Absolutely
were you
not.
just drowning in brand deals and you're like, I gotta quit? I don't have
Not
time for this.
even, honestly. It was probably the scariest thing
Yeah.
ever.
Okay. So you took the big leap. That's fun.
Yeah.
How many followers did you have when you quit?
See, on TikTok I had like 400 or 500,000 or so, and then on Instagram was like 150 or 120 or something.
You're in a
But
good spot.
It was more of just like, I want to put my effort into this and just do this. This is going to just be a better quality of life, better job, and it ultimately has worked out, which is great. But say those first like 6 months to a year were
Stressful.
pretty stressful and scary because
Yeah.
there goes your simple things, insurance. I'm like, oh, okay, not,
Right.
Yeah.
a little less chill now. I gotta
Yeah,
go
for
find,
sure.
gotta go
Drive-
find my own
drive a little
insurance.
slower.
I gotta like just things I gotta worry about. So, but it ultimately it was a good decision. So I'm super happy I did it. But yeah, terrifying.
That's super scary. I know you
Terrifying.
did it. What, 3 years ago? 4 years ago?
5 years ago.
5 years ago?
This month.
Okay. But I remember those conversations where you were like just waiting to the very last moment to where you were dying
I was
schedule-wise.
I was out of vacation days.
Yeah.
And so,
So you
for
had
me,
to.
I had to be traveling to do it. So it was like, all right, I either have to start saying no to gigs that are out of town or quit my job.
Right.
And so it was a little easier because I had a very tangible, I
Right.
have to choose. But for you, I imagine it was pretty easy to do both because clearly you grew it to the size that it was while you were doing both. So it's a harder decision, I'd imagine, because it's not as I can't keep doing it.
Yeah. It's like you could keep doing both those things
Yeah.
for as long as possible. It just became kind of overwhelming. And plus, I'm like, I don't need the stress of this other job. Like, I can just more freely do this kind of other stuff. So it's worked out, but terrifying for sure.
Yeah. Those people are out there too who just quit something and be like, I'm going to figure out how to do content.
Yeah.
Like, that is not the time.
No.
Yeah, and
Work
I'm
on that in the
not
background.
gonna live in my car. I know
Yeah.
a lot of people can do that, and it's romantic and great. But I was like, I'm not gonna be able to do
Yeah.
that.
It makes it hard because TikTok, I feel like it glamorizes some of these things. They're like, look at me, I live in a car. And I was like, I could do that. Look at how pretty they're making it look.
Like, have you ever slept in a
Have you
car?
ever done that?
Have you ever
I've slept in a few
taken
cars, you know.
taken
yeah.
a 1 hour nap in
It's
a car?
not the best.
Hurts.
It doesn't feel good.
I have slept in so many cars going to improv festivals overnight to know that I'm like, I could never do this.
Yeah.
Just to live in a car.
The It's Almost Friday guys did a great sketch about it's like a husband and a wife doing a video about how van life, and it shows behind the scenes they're miserable, but all the videos super happy.
That's
It's
great. Yeah.
It's really good.
There's
I
no
mean,
way they're that happy, right?
That's a rough.
They hate each
They
other,
did
right?
turn off the camera.
Yeah, we hate each other. And
Yeah, it's like they have printed
love our
scripts.
life so
Say stick
much.
to
Yeah.
in line.
This is a beautiful alpine lake, but I wanna kill my wife.
Yeah.
You know? It's like,
But look at that
geez.
scenery.
We're rolling.
No, this
Okay.
is great. Yeah,
how's
this is
everybody?
fantastic.
If I don't see mountains in the morning, I will think about divorce all day.
Yeah.
Well, think about that space that you're living, in a house. You can just kind of go anywhere.
Yeah.
Go to another room.
I also
Hey,
don't
there's
trust.
no front porch.
There's
Am I-
no
am I
front
right?
porch.
Well, there's a hood.
Front hood dad.
The
hood's
world is
kind
your
of-
front porch.
The hood is
Dang.
the porch of the
It's
of
real
the
good.
Profound.
I don't trust a couple that lives in a van together.
Yeah.
Hard, no trust there. Either they're killing together or they're going to kill each other eventually.
Someone
Yeah.
was going
Do you know
to
what I'm
get
saying?
killed.
That's happening
Death-
around
some kind
them.
of death has happened
Around.
around this group.
There are people right now who are watching their van life videos, and they're in the middle of a killing spree.
You know that for sure.
Yeah, I'm positive.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
I
Because
don't
you're
know which
with that
ones.
person all day, every day. Like, you don't have any. Eventually, you're going to snap.
Yeah,
I'm not.
We
I'm
live
not,
in a van.
Worried about
All right, don't
We
live in a
like
van
not-
with Hannah. Is what
We
it's
like
like.
not having an address because it's fun.
I'll snap. I'm particular.
Like, living in a van's not too bad, but with Hannah, you might
Yeah.
be a little concerned.
There are warning signs. We're getting a lot of them right now.
All
We
my
will
red
have
flags are coming up
cigarettes.
right now. My green flags, very clean. So,
Should also be hotboxing that van with their Marlboros the whole time.
What's the balance of it? I know obviously you like doing the golf stuff, but some of it's just dad stuff. Did it start as dad stuff or golf and dad stuff?
Golf was much later, actually. Golf was
Okay.
like 3 years into it. So it was mostly all dad stuff. And then it was like just things people say. And then a few years ago, I was like, well, I was playing around in golf with my buddies. I'm like, well, there's so many lines here. And I didn't see a lot of golf stuff like online at the time. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna do like things golfers say after shots. And then that was pretty, that was successful. And then kind of kept rolling with that. And I was like, there's an opportunity with the golf stuff. Because also at the time it was like before COVID. Also, it was like golf
the boom.
wasn't. It didn't
Yeah.
blow up.
yeah.
And then now it's great that golf blew up. Helps us all. So that wasn't ever really in the plan. With the content stuff. The content stuff was mostly the dad, the family humor type stuff, relatable humor, that kind
Yeah.
of thing. But the golf was just kind of fell into that category. And then
Nice.
fortunately again, the COVID thing, helped extremely. And then
Yeah, congratulations on COVID.
thanks COVID.
You did real good.
Thanks.
You did real good.
That's really
Things
Playing
went
that.
really well
Yeah.
for Tyler during COVID.
Really glad that worked
Yeah,
out. For
thank you, COVID, for all the golf stuff.
Wuhan dad over here.
Do you ever feel
You're
like
out
it's
here
hard now
unvaccinating
since you're
people.
in this content world, looking to turn off your brain when you're around people because you're like, that's pretty funny. Or,
I
you know what I
would
mean?
say turning off your brain doesn't exist
Yeah, for
now.
sure.
I mean, I'm sure you feel the same way.
Aaron
You're
can do
always
it.
thinking about.
I got
skits or-
nothing.
Aaron's
up
is
here.
off all the time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Aaron, are you
content.
there?
Content brain is tough.
It's all day,
Just
every day,
detaching. Yeah.
and I don't think that will go away necessarily. But it's like trying to balance. I mean, we were talking about on the course today. It's like we could film some stuff now, but sometimes I'm like, I don't want to film anything. I want to just play golf, be on the course, and not have to like think like this could be a skit. You know, as you just go throughout your daily life, like it's kind of weird. You know?
Yeah.
Eating at a restaurant, I'm like, all right, I just need to like not focus on what potentially funny things are happening around us.
For sure.
But that's hard though. So
It's good being in a safe place too, because we got it. You know, if you're going on like a first date or something, you're thinking of content ideas and shit.
Yeah.
I don't.
yeah,
what
I'm
are we
like,
doing?
that
here?
was really funny. She's like, what? I'm like, just
You're gonna have to
kidding. Do you
explain
want
to
the chicken
Sharon.
parm? It's like, what?
Sharon's not gonna like that.
Have you ever gotten in trouble for filming somewhere and they were like, please stop doing that?
Yeah, I was in. I've done that like several stores, and they're just like, sir, this is but they don't really care. It's just like someone yelling "gosh" randomly, and they're like,
It's not that
The
offensive.
profanity.
They're more concerned that like something is going on,
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm just kidding. It's all good. I just yelled. They're like, what's that for? I'm like, I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, I'd rather than explain, I'll just go somewhere else.
Yeah, it's harder to explain, so I just walk away.
I love the
They're like,
world
"What
in
the hell
which
was
like
that?"
you're saying the word "gosh" really loud, and all these employees are freaking out. Like, who's yelling "gosh" really loud?
Honestly, that's
happening
only
here?
something that someone filming something or an insane person would yell.
That's true.
Yeah.
Or
Gosh.
like a
And
And
it's
you're like, am I insane?
Yeah.
someone yelling gosh.
Am I the insane one?
I feel like only
do
like
this.
Hobby Lobby would get mad at that word too. Like it's not. It could be a lot worse. At
It's too
Walmart,
close
if someone
to
yells
taking the
"gosh,"
words.
like they're good.
I wasn't allowed to
you're
say
fine.
Do you want to work here? This is great.
Yeah, you're
I wasn't
good.
allowed to say
Work
gosh
the front
growing
door.
up.
Yelling
Really?
"gosh" in Walmart is like screaming in New York. No one notices.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
You know
just
what I mean?
part of the
So normal.
part of the background.
Yeah.
Background
Yeah.
noise.
You get worried if you don't hear someone scream for a while. It's like when the
Yeah.
birds go quiet, you're like, there's
Yeah.
a predator.
Uh-oh.
But
too
it's just
quiet.
homeless people screaming in New York City. You're just like,
Yeah.
wait, why is it so quiet?
Hold on.
How strategic was
got that.
"gosh," or did it just?
That just kind of happened.
It just
so
happened.
before, so that's badass walked so Gosh could run.
That makes sense.
So before I used to go,
nice.
that's badass,
Yeah.
And that was kind of the thing. So it
You
was
just
like,
unhinge for that. You just go full
just
agape.
unhinged. Because
That's
my dad used to go,
badass.
that he'd see like an old classic car and be like, "Oh, that is so badass," I'm like, that's just a funny word. I feel like dads use
It's great.
It
to
is such a
describe
dad
things.
word.
So I was like,
It's like a
okay.
safe curse word.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the other thing. You gotta try to keep it, non-offensive,
Yeah.
possible,
Yeah.
whatever.
It's like a dad is
So-
like, I'm going to be a cool dad. Like, I'm going to say stuff like badass.
Yeah, that's badass.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Badass.
Yeah.
Shout
Hell
out,
yeah,
so
out of
shout out to
beer.
Steve Jari for
I
that
like
one.
beer.
Steve,
Way to go, Steve.
just a classic.
Yeah.
Love you, Steve.
Yeah.
But
This is your hat you have on, the gosh hat.
yeah.
You sold
Not only,
that rules.
not only is it his hat, he stitches that.
I do. I bought
Like
an
a little
embroidery
hand
machine.
machine.
Did you
in
really?
my house, so
That
more-
rules.
so
like a mom
sometimes
thing.
my neighbors will just hear like like coming from
Front
my
porch
house.
grandma, am I right?
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
Got him.
Yeah, thank you.
knit-
I have a sewing kit as
Did you
well.
knit your shirt, dude?
Yeah. I did. No, I'm just kidding.
I love that they're getting such a kick out of this, and it's pretty bad. It's pretty low.
You tie your own shoes?
Oh my!
Pretty cool. The have you do you
Self-sufficient now.
sell
Ever
the,
since I got,
do you sell the gosh hats? Are they for purchase?
I do. Frontporchdad.com.
love
that's
it. You-
where-
And you embroider all of them?
I do now. I mean, the machine is great. You just, that thing could just crank out 50
Yeah, yeah.
hats a day.
Yeah, so you're not like turning it.
I mean, I'm setting it up, but
Okay.
it does.
Yeah, it's not a
it does
sewing
work.
machine where you have to
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. If I was in there, kind of doing
Right,
this
right.
for
That'd
trying
be
to
a
be
lot.
like
$200 for that.
that'd
I
be
don't know
a
what the
lot.
just torn
ROI
up.
of that's
Yeah.
here.
Is that Nosh? No, I can't
I'm
read
like-
that. What is
like,
that?
Who owns gosh.com? That'd be pretty good.
It's a company.
I knew you would know.
yeah. Sorry, it's like an actual company, like Gosh Inc. or something.
Yeah, they don't let
I
the
forgot
gosh
what they
people
sell.
come after you.
Big Gosh is
Yeah,
ooh,
they're
brutal.
Yeah.
very litigious over there at Gosh.
They big time.
Yeah.
I
look
did
at
say.
Sorry, we didn't even let him finish. It's a company that does what?
I don't know. I don't remember actually. I was trying to think about that, but it exists. It currently
Producer
exists.
Paul,
Yeah,
Gosh.com. What's up?
What are you doing back there on Snapchat?
Yeah, Paul
Yeah,
loves
Paul, get us the
Snapchat.
skinny
Paul's
on
always just back there on
Gosh.com.
Snapchat, I think.
If one more person tries to tell me that Snapchat is doing well, I'm gonna lose my mind. I don't
Everybody after
care.
podcast is like,
Is it
hey,
sexy?
did y'all do a
Is it
podcast
sexy
today?
videos?
It says this domain is for sale exclusively with VIP brokerage.
Wow.
The premium digital asset is vital.
Ooh, we go to Google Domains.
Can we go
and
get
then see
that?
how much they're selling it for?
Enter your offer 200K minimum.
Minimum.
You got that.
You got that.
How many hats have you sold?
Okay, so I'd have to sell 10 million. I'm just kidding. No, it's pretty steep for a domain name. Jesus.
Yeah, somebody's just holding it
steep.
hostage. They're not using it. They're just like,
They know what they're
200K
doing,
or,
though.
or I'm just gonna die with
They,
this
they
thing.
saw your content popping off. They're
they-
like, grab
they
it.
knew.
Grab
They
it.
knew
Like,
ahead of
he'll
time.
come
We
to
know.
us. Grab
He'll
it.
come. You guys, he'll come eventually.
Yeah.
You're the one just
If you
raising
build it,
raising the
he will
stock
come.
price of the word gosh,
You know?
and he's just over here holding on to it.
Trying to commercialize it. It's already been, it's been around. So
Do we have frontporchdad.com?
we do, yeah.
Okay.
great.
What is
Oh, you're doing
standandre.com? Is it the cream cheese?
Yeah, what is St. Andre?
StAndre.com, the cream cheese.
There's a big
It sounds
cream
like
cheese.
it sounds like a nice
The big cream
wine or
cheese?
like a.
This domain is also for sale.
standandre.com?
You don't have that,
You don't have that?
It's for sale. It's going to be like 10 grand or something.
Saint Andre.
It looks very sketchy, to be honest.
Okay.
I also don't like the way you said cream cheese.
Cream
So
cheese.
Saint Andre's a brand of cream cheese.
Yeah. No, there's several things we're going to get sued
Yeah.
by eventually, but not yet.
Oh man, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Is it good? Have you tried it?
Is it a cheese? Will you look that up? St. Andre cheese?
St. Andre, this is the first I'm hearing it. This St.
I don't
Andre's
know.
a cheese?
I don't know.
Sounds like a
Maybe
wine.
they'll buy it.
I do need to tell them what? It's a cream cheese.
Cream
okay.
cheese? Is it creamed?
Don't. Don't.
What?
Of course it's cream.
You just said it was cheese. I wanted to know what kind.
What?
Oh, cream.
Oh, they spell out Saint.
Oh, we're good.
No,
we're
we're
good.
much cooler than that.
Is their website?
That's
Saint?
a funny product. You should collaborate.
collab.
with
We
it.
should.
Yeah, we should collab.
That would actually be
That'd be
fun.
great. Yeah.
Honestly,
Golf
I
cream
would
cheese.
love a cream cheese sponsor.
All right.
We could have it all
Manifest
the time.
that.
We could golf and cream cheese worlds haven't really collabed much
Yeah.
Yeah.
because it's not like a great to go snack because of the refrigeration component.
We're
Let's
saying cream
I don't
cheese
know.
a lot
You
today.
guys know?
Okay, so we
Head
got
spinning
gosh.
there.
We were brainstorming a little bit at the backdrop today about how we could parody that. We do the gosh. We do.
That's right.
We do it.
Should I do the guy?
We do the gosh just so we hear it.
Well, there's a lot of variations.
Complete
of
silence,
gosh.
please.
We just say gosh. That's like a really loud one, you know.
And you're gonna want to see the video on that if you're
he can
just
just
listening,
do
guys.
that.
Yeah, and that's
Do that.
takes a lot of effort, you know.
Yeah. Well, you said it like there was a series. That's the big one. That's the hard
Well,
G.
you know, because gosh, like there's things like that.
Your neck vein
you know.
does a lot of the work on that too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
wow.
exactly right. So
That's
you gotta,
guttural.
You gotta
Yeah,
it's
that's
really
that's a nice-
kind of
yeah.
really project it and get it out there.
Yeah. Do you inject that with anything to make it pop more?
No, just stress and some other things.
Just a stressful life.
Pre-workout.
you know, my life is pretty
It
sad.
was the sales job. It was the
Yeah.
sales job.
It's still
Yeah.
still catching up to me after all these
Yeah.
years.
Can't let it go.
I was saying, very good idea that everyone's going to love a lot.
Yeah.
Going to the mall and doing a gosh, bagosh.
Gosh, my gosh.
I thought it was pretty good.
Is you just going to the mall and doing that?
Just
Is
doing
the
that.
idea? Like for a video?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for a video, not just doing that.
And
we
then
don't do anything
you know,
for fun.
subsequently they would kick me out of the mall.
Yeah, that'd be
you know,
make it better.
It's
They would
because it
escort
rhymes with
me out.
gosh, all the syllables.
What did you say? I didn't.
Oshkosh bagosh. That's a kid store.
I don't know that.
How do you know that?
It is.
It's in like
It is.
it's like a lids. They're in every mall.
Oh,
It's a big.
Aaron
it's a big-
knows where the kids store.
Yeah.
Might have to hit that
It's
map,
right there by
actually.
Build-A-Bear on the third
I
floor.
hang out there all the time.
He goes, "You never heard of it? I
Yeah.
love that place." Okay, free. Bleep it.
It's by Old Navy Kids.
You're from the Mall of America. You were conceived there.
I know.
They
I
have
was
to have
born in the
3
sewers.
Oshkosh bagoshes.
I'm sure they do. I'm not hanging out at them.
Is it
pal.
Oshkosh like the place?
Producer Paul, what is the?
Give us the correct.
I'm sorry. You're gonna have to.
Oh, okay. I said 2 cousins. Sue me. One of them I did in the defense of women. And
I don't know.
stayed.
What other merch do you have other than Gosh hats?
We have
get?
mugs, some funny shirts, just hats, simple
Love it.
stuff for now.
Cool. I like it.
I really like that hat. It's like a
Thanks.
it's
Two-tone?
not flimsy.
Yeah.
Are you only personally doing the hats, or are you like making mugs? Are you doing pottery?
I'm only
What are we
personally
doing?
doing the hats right
Okay,
now.
That's a funny image of you sitting at home just with a wheel.
It's all
making all the
making
cups.
handcrafted Instagram merch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have handmade ceramics. that
They
I,
order it and it's like it'll be ready in about 5 to 6 months.
Yeah, they're like, okay, sir.
Give or
But it's
take.
handmade. Though,
I've got a
so,
blister, so it
Give
could
or
be,
take,
Could
yeah.
be a while.
No, just the hats right now.
awesome.
Yeah, that rules.
But you can buy a little mug press. Whoa. That's a little something else you could put in your house. But then, I'm like, okay, my house looks like a manufacturing
I was gonna
facility.
say, yeah.
Like my living room looks, my dining room looks hilarious currently.
Your former company's having to put in work to clean up all your waste you're
That's
creating.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
I end up calling my old associates to pick up my hazardous waste, wastewater.
Did you ever have a hazmat suit for your job?
I did not. I dealt with some hazmat guys though.
Yeah. Oh, that
you
certain
really?
certain type of guy.
You know, yeah, I guess. Yeah.
That says it all right
like a
there.
normal
Gritty.
guy.
They're gritty.
They're gritty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've all had like a little asbestos. You know what I mean?
They've been exposed to some
They've been
Yeah, for
exposed
sure.
to some things for sure.
Yeah, those suits aren't perfect.
Hard job.
Did you ever steal
I've been
anything?
watching sorry, I have a better question.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
My, you know the movie? I've been watching all the old Batman movies, and there's
Yeah.
like Two-Face. Is that possible?
Is what? You know what? I don't know. I can't answer that question.
Gosh.
Can you
That's a better
That was an
question.
accidental
Can you
gosh.
text your boss?
Accidental
You
gosh.
text your boss
See,
and
that's
ask
the
him.
thing. Now it's just
Yeah, I
ingrained.
mean, I've always said it.
Oh.
Okay.
It's-
I didn't get it from you.
No. I didn't like invent the word.
Hey, no, what was your question?
It's not a
gonna be?
new
If you
word.
still feel comfortable
This
asking.
question.
I don't. It wasn't even that good.
It was fleeting.
Something about stealing.
I was just gonna
something.
ask if you ever stole anything from your job before you left. You know, like take a little remembrance. Did you take
a little waste?
Little waste.
Little
Take a
bag
little
of
waste with you.
You go, you know what? Can I have
little
this
sack of
empty
waste.
paint canister? They're like,
Uranium
Yeah.
or whatever.
Can I just have a little piece of uranium to keep in my house?
Uranium? Are we
What-
just
No,
making
take
things
some
up? I
acid
don't know.
on it,
I don't
I
know
made
what
up a word too.
I just want to make
Oh,
it
you
into
did?
like a little Christmas ornament so I can remember my old work.
I
Yeah.
loved it there.
Yeah.
Petroleum? What are they called? What are?
Kryptonite.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
You have a
petroleum's
kryptonite in
real.
your house?
That's a real
That's
thing.
real.
That's
Yeah,
where the
it's
bulging
some stored
vein is
away.
from. Is from all the waste
Yeah.
you're around.
I know.
You're probably a little superhero.
and it's probably has helped the content. Maybe I don't know. Made you a little crazy out there.
yeah,
Who knows? You need a little bit out there in content world.
absolutely.
I have a new
So,
segment.
Got to be
Okay.
unhinged.
I did not run it past you. It's a
Great.
whole new segment.
This
It's
is all right.
called Andrew Grills the Guest.
Okay.
Okay, is that okay with you, Tyler?
Sure.
Andrew Grills the Guest. Okay, it might be like a little different for this, but I have a lot of. I
Hey,
have
wait,
lot of
I've got
notes.
a better segment.
He's got notes.
Okay, Hannah.
It's called Hannah.
Hannah
Like-
sautés.
Hannah
It's like an
goofs
actual
with the guest. We just goof. No grilling, just goose.
Andrew grills the guest.
Okay,
Wow, he's got a whole notebook.
Yeah, it's like published.
I was doing
and
a lot
everything.
of research. I do all the research for the guests.
Yeah.
Okay.
I heard that you used to skate a lot growing up,
I've skated
like
before.
you were like a skateboarder
I don't know
guy,
if I'm.
and that you were
Skateboarder.
a big fan of the movie Brink.
Do
you feel like
that's
that's-
a great movie? You know, I do like
Strong
the
movie.
Brink, yeah.
So that's
How did
true.
you know
You're a
that?
skateboarder and a football bro.
So-
what can he do?
Well, Brink.
Any knits?
So the
Is it
inline, the
Is it
inline
true that you
days
used to
were-
frequent a skate park called Rampage?
That is true. That is correct.
Yeah. What did you do? What would you do when you're at Rampage?
So I would typically launch off the big ramp and try to do crazy flips into the foam pit.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
know.
cool.
Oh yeah. Big
Foam
phone
pit.
big guy.
Did I ever attempt any of those tricks in real life? No, but they
You
were
did into
they
the
were
foam
fun in
pit.
the foam pit.
Okay.
Yeah, got hurt a few times on some other ramps and rails in that place though.
Yeah.
Great place.
Is it true that you used to make beats and
Very
upload
true.
them to datpiff.com?
Very true. And that's a throwback website. By the
It
way.
is. I haven't heard
Yes.
that name in
Some good
ages.
music on Dat Piff.
Do you still have any beats remaining on datpiff.com?
You know,
Can you pull one up right now on your
Please pull
phone?
it up right
What
now.
was it under? What was your name on there?
I think it was just my name. You might be able to find it though in the interwebs.
Someone.
Okay.
I'm
produce
sure
a
you might be
ball.
You
able
didn't
to.
have a. I put out some songs as DJ Moneybags.
What?
Yeah, in high school.
What's
Dat
the least
Piff?
surprising thing I've ever
Not
heard in my
Dat
life?
Piff. I don't think I knew
That-
that was in high school.
This is
You
good.
didn't have
This
a
is
rap
good
thing?
research.
I'm pretty sure my parents' filter on our computers would have blocked datpiff.com.
100%.
Oh yeah, I also had a filter.
What about E-Bombs World?
Is it true?
yeah.
E-bombs were rules.
Big time. Pre
Is it
YouTube.
true that in your adolescence you got in a neighborhood fight with a boy named Woody Johnson?
Woody Johnson?
Woody Johnson. That's a fake name.
And
Okay,
the fight
that's
started,
a real name, by the
The
way.
fight
real
started
kid.
because he spit in your face.
He bit my arm.
Did a Woody Johnson really spit in your face?
No, he bit my arm.
He just said he beat his arm.
Similar though. He uses
Use his mouth.
He uses his mouth for
Did
stuff.
he make fun of his name first and then he bit you?
Is it? My theory is that if your name
We
is
were
Woody
actually pretty
Johnson,
cool
you got to
for
learn how to
Yeah,
fight.
yeah. Might as well
Where's
just
that?
call this kid Boner Boner. You know what I mean?
I mean, his name was Woody Johnson,
Get it?
so
If your name's
Yeah.
Woody
he had a
Johnson,
tough try. You
Did
know,
you-
he had a
know how to
tough
fight.
upbringing.
Did you ever
know?
call him that? I can say that because my last
I
name was
never-
Asleason, and I was roasted in high school. Everyone was
The
like,
fight was
Asleason.
totally unrelated to his name.
Nope.
It was a like backyard football or something.
yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
Got a little too
a late
aggressive.
hit type
Yeah.
situation, you know.
Yeah.
Your favorite wrestler is Randy Savage.
I think it was between him and Stone Cold. Yeah, him and Stone Cold Steve.
Did you use any of Randy Savage's moves on Woody Johnson?
I tried to, but he ran home and went inside of his house. And it was a whole thing. Yeah.
What were his,
Before I could before I could
finish the
suplex.
job.
what were his parents' names?
God, I'm trying to think.
What kind of
I
people,
know he had a brother
what kind
named
of
Blair.
people named their son Woody when their last name was Johnson?
Yeah.
I agree.
I've suplexed a lot of Woody Johnsons in my day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I talked to a bunch of real dads about you, and they said that you don't look tired enough to be a dad.
Wow.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Do you have a skincare routine?
Try to look more tired.
You get some good rest, I can tell.
Yeah.
God, I feel really tired right now.
Okay.
These eyes are tired, but thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a skincare routine?
Just try to moisturize when you can. Wear sunscreen.
Ladies.
That's pretty much
That's a
pretty
skincare
much the
routine.
extent of mine.
That's a skincare routine.
Nothing crazy though.
How
Girls
do you
like a guy who
feel-
has a skincare routine.
This is my segment. How do you feel that you're pretending to be a dad and appropriating dad culture when you're not a father yourself, just to turn a profit while fathers struggle to get by and have no time to be creating little social media videos?
Well, I think I can give them a release from their normal day to day.
Oh, a release?
So,
Jeez.
yeah. Well, make it easy.
Yeah, you said it.
Girls
I'm
over
just
there
repeating
slinging
what I-
cigs, release. There's a lot over
I'm
there.
just repeating what I was told.
I try to make their day to day humorous, even though sometimes it's probably not for them. But it is for me.
Yeah.
But I think they enjoy it overall.
Well, I would just
hopefully.
encourage you to donate some of your earnings to dad charities. Maybe
Yeah.
That's fair.
Support the real dads out there.
That's fair.
All right.
Wow.
That's the end of Andrew Girls the Guest.
Thanks.
It was
Andrew.
very good.
That was great.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm so glad you did that because I realize now why I'm here. I'm here to ground the podcast from absurdity. We've got
I'm actually
Freaky Deaky Grill and
I'm really
Oshkosh
impressed with
McGee
your,
over here.
with your research there.
Well, I know your I know your brother.
I know.
That helps. I just talked.
I was
to your
like,
brother.
wow, those are very. I could see you guys talking about those very hyper specific situations.
You really
wanna-
set yourself up there because now every guest you got to find a sibling and get
Yeah,
that
you gotta-
information.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna have as much access to our other
Well,
guests'
you're
families.
gonna have to figure it out.
But I will figure out how to get to their families.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
That's good.
All right.
I'll
wow.
find them.
Yeah. You know his brother?
I know his
His brother who also works for
yes.
El Trio?
No, that's my younger brother.
A lot of brothers in the mix. Yeah,
There's
I know
one of
Chad.
them. Yeah.
Well, Chad,
Chad's the man.
who's your favorite
Wish
brother?
Chad was here.
Oh, good question.
Ooh.
Do you have one?
I don't like him either. I don't like either of them.
Chad is a dad. You're an uncle.
He is a dad. Yeah.
Has being an uncle helped you have more ideas
A little bit. Yeah.
being around all the kids?
Yeah. You might see some baby content coming out. I don't
Yeah.
know. Let me borrow your kid. And
Great.
just take him around.
That's so nice because then you get to give it back.
True. Yeah.
Little borrow.
Just fully use the baby for content.
Fully
Or
borrow.
rental child.
Yeah.
That could be a good
Yeah.
company.
Yeah. Put a little whiskey on a towel.
Like rent a child, rent,
Get him to
rent
do
a
whatever you
puppy,
want.
That whole thing.
For sure.
Good business
Oh,
model.
he's a great actor.
Standard white rental child.
Yeah, I think we've got
Yikes.
a lot of good ideas today.
That feels like a
already.
listing, doesn't it?
Yikes.
On the dark web.
That feels like a very scary Craigslist listing.
What's next? Where are we going? Things are moving so fast.
Yeah, because surely this isn't it.
Yeah,
what's the
right.
next
Surely this isn't the last stop.
Like you're not done, right?
If you do this, I mean,
So we talk about what you do, but like, what do you want to do?
Do you want a TV show? This would be you'd be like a perfect like dad on a TV show.
Yeah.
Well, I
Totally.
think that's what I want to do. Like, kind of get into some TV shows. Maybe do some stand up stuff,
Oh,
like some
yeah.
improv, stuff like that. The day to day like videos. I mean, that can kind of go on for as long as until you're like, I just don't want to post any more videos. So
The ability to come up with dad ideas will grow with
Dadhood.
doing new stuff.
Yeah.
yeah, it's
that'll never go away.
You
It'll
know,
be
it's
as
like
long as you
hopefully, it's like all right. Well, hopefully, it's like if I have a kid in the next few years, I can ride that into.
Yeah.
Then when you have the kid, that's a whole other
new
you're
chapter.
actually
Wave of content.
in there. So that might be you could maybe stretch that another 10 years. Who knows? But
Yeah.
I hope this
No,
is
it's
how
cool
you.
for now.
Yeah, you should pitch this to every date you go on. Like, hey, here's my 10-year plan. We have a baby, and I just transition into content.
You want to be
She's
my back porch mama?
Yeah. What if she's
Whoa.
really into it? What if
Front
she's
porch
like,
dad?
yes?
No, I get it.
Yeah. I just want to make sure.
I
you
don't
got it.
know.
Yeah.
Did you say backdoor mama?
Back
Whoa.
porch. Whoa, I didn't
mama.
say door.
Take it easy.
I was
Beep
asking.
it. Beep
It
it.
is a family show.
Don't beep it.
Yeah, bleep door, please.
That's a really good Hinge bio for you.
What?
It's Front Porch Dad looking for his backdoor mama.
Are you single man?
Just off the game. I am right now. Yeah.
Do you get a lot of DMs to the dad Instagram?
Oh, I bet you get a lot of DMs.
There's a few. There are a lot of single moms in there. You know?
Yeah.
That adds up.
Yeah, that adds up. Yeah, that has some play.
But
But
they're like, I could literally see you being a dad.
yeah.
What's
like, do you
the
wanna be a
weirdest
father?
DM you've got?
Yeah, you don't want to like let us go through your request right now, right?
Should I? Can I?
I don't have anything juicy. I would if I did have some good stuff, honestly.
All right.
No, it's been pretty tame recently.
I
Actually,
actually-
kind of
I
waiting for
actually already
some
went through
juicy
it.
stuff.
Okay, yeah.
Somebody
It's
sent me some
been tame?
stuff.
That's so lame. I wish I would have been. I want to
Guys, send
juicy
some.
DMs.
I know.
Send some crazy stuff to
Yeah.
Front Porch Dad's DMs.
Our
Yeah.
97%
mind.
male audience on Instagram.
What do we call our listeners?
Go find this guy.
What do we call our listeners? Do
Let them see.
Oh God.
You.
No.
See what?
No.
Don't let them see.
Oh God.
No, don't let them see.
But yeah. So
Yes,
we'll
How do you feel like this
do you
interview
want to
has
write at all, or do you want to just act? Like, because you're doing a lot of the writing. You're writing these bits and stuff. So
Yeah, I write and film, and I do everything right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, writing for sure.
Cool.
I'd say do some acting. Living out in California helps now.
Oh, you're in Cali now.
And Long Beach.
Nice.
LBC, baby.
It's awesome.
So it's cool to be out there and kind of be near some of that opportunity. But yeah, so we'll see. It's hard to know what it's going to turn into. I think me and him were talking about this. Just you don't really know what it's going to evolve into, but if you just kind of keep at it, like it'll turn into something.
Yeah.
Get some good opportunities. I mean, saw you in Buffalo Wild Wings commercials.
Heyo.
Yeah.
Jeez.
How about that? Talk
She
to
got
an actual
that. She got
buffalo.
that from this.
Yeah, big stuff.
Oh, I didn't.
They asked me first.
I mean,
and
I'm
said,
not on
No.
a damn TV commercial. So
That's true.
I was
Someone's doing something right.
I had my own talent before St. Andre. That's not true.
No, that's
That was
fair.
my own.
What's good
When
is
there's a sorry, I have a more important question.
yeah, great.
This could be my new
The
my new-
Andrew
my new
Bulldozer
catchphrase.
episode. Yeah.
When you have the Front Porch Dad TV show, can we be on it?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Nice.
I'll be the. I won't say it.
You can just say the back.
You
word.
wanna say
I was
back-
gonna say backdoor mama.
Well,
You want to be the mom?
It's not that
And
kind
I
of
did-
show, Hannah.
And I
Yeah.
didn't want Aaron to go, wow.
It's like
Aaron does,
Hannah will talk.
Aaron,
Hannah will
Aaron
talk
does be doing
offline.
that.
Yeah, we'll
We'll
take
take this
right.
offline.
We'll take this offline. Nice.
I'm
Put a
getting, I'm
pin in
getting
it.
cooked right
Who are
now.
you going to be on it?
I will be the
Grumpy.
basement witch.
Cool. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. The what's the movie with the basement witch?
Basement witch.
There's a lot of them. Blair Witch Project.
You can't ask Aaron a question like, "What's the movie with the basement witch?" Because he'll be like, "There's too many to me."
Yeah, I was like,
If you ever want horror movie recommendations, ask Aaron because
That's me.
he's got a lot.
Yep.
Some of them are okay. Some of them are really good. 2 have been trash,
Yeah.
but just 2
disagree.
so
I
far.
want to be the rival dad. I want to be the dad that just can't quite
Across the
keep up.
street, we're just like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're like the less athletic dad across the street because he was like playing
Yeah.
football and good
He's
at
the
golf
cool
and
dad.
handsome
He's
and
got
has a
all the
skin
catchphrases.
routine.
Yeah, you're like the
everyone's
fir-
obsessed with him. All the moms, even your wife is like, the neighbor's cute.
I know.
And you're like, I have something to offer, but we haven't figured out what it is yet.
Just like, and I'm just like always trying to spread mulch better than his mulch by his. I don't know
can't
what
do
it
it.
is.
Yeah.
It just
Yeah.
doesn't go as
how he
even.
does it.
you're like the frail beta.
Yeah, but we don't have to
pale
describe like
neighbor.
physically how I'll be
Got
on
it.
it.
You're like, is he
But-
sick?
Is he sick?
seems
I don't
sick.
know.
Well, more of like how I'm going to be
Well,
acting,
it's-
not like my physical.
Andrew, you look a little peaked. You
Yeah,
good?
are you
Yeah.
saying like I would need to lose weight to play that?
Producer Paul, what does peaked mean?
Peaked?
Peaked.
Go to peaked.com if you don't mind.
You ever seen Joe Rogan just be like, we just look up that
Maybe
word? I don't understand.
PICID. I don't know. My
Everyone's
friend's
like,
mom
yeah.
said I looked peaked one day, and peaked.
I think it's a slur.
Peaked. Peaked.
Is it? Is
Well,
this
we're
the
saying
slur
it
we made
over
up?
and over and over. So
She said I
It
peaked.
says, it looks what? It's what?
you peak
she actually said I peaked. I was
you
like,
peak it in high
I
school.
was 12.
Like PIQUED, but that's not.
Oh, your interest was peaked.
Might be a different thing.
Oh, okay.
Let's see.
I wasn't trying to put you on blast. I was trying to learn
That's
something
another-
today.
there's- You gotta look deeper.
Okay. Peaked.
Nice. We'll roll. We'll roll different now.
Oh yeah, being pale.
Oh, peak it like sick.
Right?
Like sick.
I don't know how to. I don't know if I'm
Pale. Not that being
pronouncing
pale
it
makes you
correctly,
sick,
but
I'm pale. I'm fine.
But you're also a little sick.
I'm fine.
You guys, I'm fine. I like the idea that you're in the story and everyone's all the moms are like, he must be rich
Because I'm.
because you have a hot wife,
Oh yeah.
and that's the rumor.
How do you feel like this interview's gone? Are you having fun?
I'm having a great time.
Because you're only our second guest.
How do
We're
you
just
feel
trying
like-
to
how do you guys feel like
check
this
in and see if
interview's
we're doing good.
I feel great.
I feel great.
I feel like we keep railroading you. Is that okay to say?
I don't like
Like
getting,
run a
I don't
train
like
on?
getting
Is that
railroaded.
Google
I don't like-
I don't
yeah.
want to get railroaded, by the way, for the record.
St. Andre
Like
Railroad.
to stay off,
front
like to stay off the
Andrew's just
tracks.
running a train, just railroading
like to
everyone.
stay off the tracks.
Toot,
Possible.
toot. This is awesome. We love your stuff. How do we end?
It does roll. I went to a deep creep on yours, so I got
Yeah,
like 30
I
likes coming
appreciate
your
it.
way.
Yeah,
They're really good.
You know, we do the highly produced, full sketch stuff. You do the more the quick cut, witty stuff, and I
Yes.
think you do it the best.
You know,
Truly.
once you've kind of gotten in a flow, it's easy for you to just kind of crank stuff out.
Yeah.
And, you know, crank stuff out. I got a lot of weird
Crank.
words here.
A lot of railroading and
It's only,
cranking.
weird, it's only weird when we say it the second time.
But yeah, it's once you get in a flow like that, it's hard to. It's honestly hard to not do it that way.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So even some of the more produced sketches, but I also don't have a team currently, so it's a little different. But
Yeah, including like a girlfriend or someone who loves you, and
yeah, just randomly. Can,
Right.
can you hold the camera for 5 minutes?
Is it all on your phone?
Babe, can you film me yelling? Gosh.
Is it all phone stuff, or have you switched to like different types of cameras? Because it looks like you're just holding your phone. Obviously,
It's mostly phone. I mean, a lot of the quality on those phones are honestly
Yeah.
good enough too, especially for like the format of Instagram, TikTok stuff. So,
Pretty cool.
seems to.
and a lot of the stuff is like kind of random. Like I might be in a public place and I think about something and I'm like, well, I need to film this like right now or write it down. But a lot of the stuff is kind of just in the moment. So doing it on your phone is actually extremely obviously convenient and helpful. So,
Yeah.
That
I
was
also
stress-
feel.
Go
I
ahead.
feel like if it was shot like our stuff, it wouldn't have the same effect, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Like if we did a full sketch, but it was on phones, it wouldn't feel the same.
Right.
Like I feel like the
So-
jokes make
You do
sense.
a good job at mixing it up too. Like it's not just you. You'll be in different outfits sometimes, like in different locations. It's like
So like some of that is because I'll like if I'm in a certain place, I'll be like, all right, I can get a few clips here.
sure.
Or like tomorrow, I know I'm going to this place that will be good for this other video. So like sometimes I do change up the like the hats or whatever.
Yeah, smart.
But most of the time
It's really
it's just
smart.
like it's a different day.
Yeah.
Like it's
Oh,
a
got
completely
it.
different day. Some of them are clips from like a few months ago that I like videos I just didn't finish.
Right,
And then
right.
I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah,
man,
I heard
need- I
like
need
4
to,
or 5
do-
today, just
Yeah.
randomly around the golf course.
And like
yelling
that
to
will
no one.
be like a part of another video, so it'll look like it has happened over the course of multiple days or like in
Smart.
different settings. But
Smart.
it actually adds to like the video, you know, kind of switching it up. So
It's very
you must
smart.
be very organized to be able to like shoot a clip.
Yes.
Keep it in. Do you have folders for each video? Because you got to be working
man.
on multiple
I mean,
videos at once. That,
you
on your
could-
phone.
that on my phone you could look at, and it's kind of hilarious. But my notes section is just there's thousands of notes in
Yeah,
there, but
yeah.
yeah, there's hundreds of albums. So if I don't put them in an album, they get lost in a portal of videos. So
I was thinking like he must have some kind of special app to like organize them, and he's like, no, it's just
No,
albums.
it's just
dude.
a
It's
photo-
like, oh, yeah, I
notes
forgot
app,
everybody's
yeah.
phone
I
does
just
that.
notes and photos. The old
Easy.
classic.
chaotic version of what you have.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is.
I just
Yeah.
like to do one at a time. Just
Yeah.
It is,
single picture,
yeah.
single picture, single picture.
Last night I was out with some friends at a bar.
Nice.
Nice.
Hey.
Yay!
Yeah, I go out.
It's
anyway.
finally
I
happening.
party.
I party. I say all that because this woman came up to our table, was very drunk. Her name was
Congrats to
Shout
that
out to
woman.
Bailey.
Feeling pretty good at that time.
But she was like, "Do you guys want to hear my song lyrics?" And I was like, "Obviously." And she
I
had a
mean-
notebook, and I remember thinking, "How quaint! I haven't seen someone pull out a
So
notebook."
that's poetry.
That's poetry. And
she
it
said,
got
"Do you
dark.
wanna
She
hear
was
my
talking about her
song lyrics?"
mom on meth, and that got a little dark. And I was like, "Well, I don't. Now I don't know what to tell you." If
It's
it,
like Eminem.
I didn't know what to say.
Yeah.
No, she sang it.
Oh.
And then she was like,
"No, that's do you want to hear my song? That's different than like
Yeah, no,
read
yeah,
some
she
song
sang
lyrics."
it.
Okay, that's
And
more
some of the
awkward.
lyrics were pretty good, but then it got like really dark, and I didn't really know how to respond. I was like, "Oh, that's thank you for being vulnerable."
Yeah.
I said that because you're drinking.
It feels like a hidden camera show.
Oh, I hope
You know,
I passed.
People say that, and it gets more and more personal and super dark, and maybe emits a crime, and you're stuck.
That's going to be a terrible clip because she was like, "Who's your favorite artist?" And I said Justin Bieber, and she said, "Frick off,"
Yeah, nice.
and then she didn't think that.
We're learning. We're still learning.
Yeah, she
We're
didn't
still
like that.
learning to be good moral people here.
She said ironically, and I said, "Nope, seriously," and she said, "Oh." And then
that was
she
it.
said, "Do you have a cigarette?" And I went,
Yeah, just out of your
Just
out of
It
your.
was actually a really long.
"It was a
cigarette.
really
like
long
this
Virginia
long.
Slim, which is a brand that Marlboro owns."
And then she just disappeared.
That's
Wow.
true. My grandma used to smoke those.
So anything, it just
Anyways.
was cute to see someone have an actual notebook. Speaking of albums, Made me think.
Oh,
About
That's
it.
where we got.
I was like,
I
how
don't
do
know.
we get
Yeah,
here?
I was just
Got
trying
it,
to
got
say.
it.
I was like,
It's
oh
like,
man,
did
you
we
have to
tell
tell me
Hannah to
Ellen's-
tell a random story at the end? I don't remember telling
Oh,
her
you
to do
get to
that.
cut everyone off with a better question. I can't just tell a random story that doesn't connect to anything. It did connect.
Tyler, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's a pleasure being here.
You're a guinea pig for sure. We were figuring this out, and we had a great time
come
with
back
you, and
anytime.
we're big fans.
Appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Big fan of you guys. Well, you're doing good things.
Thank you.
And
Thank
keep,
you.
Thank
keep-
you.
Keep doing that.
I think a collab's in store. We got to do something.
It should. We can go through my notes section.
Yeah,
I got some-
Hey.
got some
There
good
are a
stuff
couple
in there.
accidental
it.
collabs today because he wouldn't tell me, just pop up to do a we're talking, and I thought he was taking a selfie, so he just does it. And I just like lean in. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Like I forgot to tell people to
Don't look at the camera.
look alive. There's
Yeah,
random stuff, but yeah, no, I appreciate it, man. I had a really
absolutely.
good time.
All right.
How can
So-
people? We already said it a bunch, but what's the best way for people to follow you, stay connected?
Yeah. So on Instagram, it's at Front Porch Dad, but on TikTok, it's at Tyler Jari. Only did that so on TikTok, you can kind of gives you more range, I guess, with who you are. So,
Sure.
And then frontporchdad.com for any merch or anything like that. But
Yeah, get a hat.
Get a
Put him to
hat.
work.
buy
hat.
a gosh hat. Buy one for your dad.
Yeah,
Totally.
They're good. They're good Christmas gifts.
My dad would like that hat.
It's so hard to
Or a
buy stuff for
funny
your
mug.
dads. You never know what to get your dad. Get
Yeah.
him a cool gosh hat.
And get your mom a mug. It'll come in 5 to 7 months.
Yeah.
Because you're making it by hand.
handmade in my